there, which I'm now connecting. There we go. And we're live. Yeah, I did it in the wrong order. There we go. Of course it was me. Who else would it be? Of course it was me. Right, okay. So I haven't got the screen on TikTok today purely because it doesn't push the live out as far. So if you do want to come and see me, there's a link in my bio. Go check it out. I am now screen sharing over there instead. So hopefully we will all be on there. So here we go. Right, so ICP, let's go and have a look at ICP. 3.8% isn't bad at all when the rest of the market's not doing particularly well today. I think we are seeing some of the bigger, like the bigger utility tokens and projects. I think we're starting to see the accumulation phases on these. I mean, if you look at the hourly chart I'm sharing on YouTube right now, if you look at that hourly chart, you can see it's had some really nice steady upside. So $3.78, and that was like, let's have a look. So $3.78 was on the 28th of November. Here we are a week later, lovely steady growth up to $4.30, and it is doing it very nicely. The hourly chart is very, very tidy. I like that a lot. What are we saying about XRP? I mean, I still love XRP long term. It is a long term hold. We're, of course, waiting for the lawsuit to get finished. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I think Ripple Net is good long term. There's been some interesting things said about it, tokenomics wise. I am just treating it like any other investment. I've got a sell target. I've got a strategy. I'm not dollar cost averaging into XRP anymore. I'll wait until it comes down in price. But I'm definitely holding on to it. Crypto Brad, how you doing, buddy? I managed to get my name changed. I've got Aaron CryptoNoobUK back. But if anyone's interested, Ministry of Crypto is still, the merch is still available. It's a link in the bio again. So hopefully you'll like that. And I've extended the range substantially. Hey, Crypto Tony, how we doing, buddy? I'm very well, thank you. Myself targets over $100. I mean, $100 would be very, very positive. I will hold a moon bag of XRP for as long as I possibly can. But ultimately, for me, it's very prospective. I think there are other things that could perform a lot better in the medium to long term. Sorry, medium to short term, even in the bear market. So XRP wise on the hourly chart, we are seeing the stochastic RSI has turned down. We're heading down towards 20 on the stochastic RSI, maybe even lower. The Bollinger Bands are looking pretty nice. We are below the EMA, and we do appear to be getting a bit of a pinch. And that might be where we're starting to see a little bit of a run up. We've got some volume coming as well. Now on the 4 hourly, the stochastic RSI is still coming down, but we are again seeing a bit of a pinch and we're below that EMA. So I think short term, XRP might actually see a little bit of upside. It started pinching around about here though, so we could still continue down. We don't really know, of course, it's all guesswork. Let's have a look. So where else can we go? So let's have a look and see what my favourites in green are today. So if you're on YouTube again, you will be able to see my screen. So I'm going to try and keep an eye on all the comments, but please do keep them coming. Let's have a look. I need to pop out that chat. Come back over to here, and then I can put it back here. It's been a while since I did the YouTube one, hence why I've had a little bit of a couple of issues just getting that going. We've got no one over there at the moment, but of course I was doing TikTok lives, but they do not push the live out as far. 59 viewers at the moment, obviously on TikTok, which is fantastic to see. So keep hitting those likes, please, people. But I would not have had 59 if I was doing my screen share on TikTok. It's a weird thing, and it is their own software. Ripple was calling XRP small assets, so can't see it doing much more than $10. Yeah, I'm not. I think in terms of being on a public exchange and a public network, I mean, $10 for me is probably the limit. I think anything after that is speculative, but we could see it could become a private network. It's my personal opinion. XLM, let's have a look at XLM, see how we're doing on that today. So XLM seeing a little bit of green today. The 4 hourly chart looks pretty good. Stochastic RSI is heading up. Let's have a look at the 1 hour and zoom in a bit. I mean, all of these, I mean, anything I like long term anyway. So this is all all these short-term charts don't really mean a lot to me. I'm definitely not a day trader. You can see here we just dipped below 50 on the stochastic RSI and we started heading up again. Hence, we're probably experiencing a bit of a pullback now. Jamie Thompson, welcome, buddy. Blurry on YouTube. Right, okay. I think I need to swap webcams over. That might be what it is. Let's just give this a bit of a clean. But yeah, I think the setting's set to 690. So let's have a look. Yeah, it might just be compensating because it's the built-in camera. So sorry about that if you're blurry on YouTube. Hopefully you can still kind of see it. Let's have a look. Nice Bitcoin pump, looks good for the next few hours. Let's go on to Bitcoin on the hourly. We've got a strong pump, and the stochastic RSI still has a little bit of headroom, so we could continue upwards for sure. It'll be interesting to see if we test that 17.1 area again and get rejected. We've had a bit of action around here a few times, and then we come back down. So if we can break above 17.2, it'll be an interesting time. Because if I zoom out to the daily, 17.2, and then it was up to 17.6, and then up to 18.5. So we don't have a lot of resistance on the way up locally. Of course, there's lots of resistance back through several weeks and months. Can I look at Ethermatic? I certainly can. Let's have a look at ETH first. We'll go on that one first. So ETH on the daily, looks like the stochastic RSI has been up high for a few days, and it is starting to head down now. So that would suggest that we're going to be coming down, possibly retesting about 1150, maybe even 1100. Zooming right into the hourly on Ethereum. You can see actually on the short term as well on the hourly, we're pretty exhausted on the stochastic RSI. We have seen some upward momentum, but I would expect that to pull back. We are seeing the Bollinger Band starting to narrow, and we're above the EMA with a very high stochastic RSI. The volume's tapered off, so I think that'll probably pull back on ETH. Matic is another one that I really like. I loaded up on Matic early last week, and it has done okay. The hourly chart is looking fairly stable. We are trading nicely through this channel, hovering above 90 cents generally. Again, the stochastic RSI is heading up, so we might feel this channel up to about 91.8, maybe 92 today. But the stochastic RSI will probably then max out. If we zoom out to the 4-hourly chart, you can see there we do have that headroom on the 4-hourly chart for the stochastic RSI to move upwards, and we are below the EMA. So as we zoom out longer term on Matic, it could be that we have a little bit of headroom, but it's mixed messages because the daily is above the EMA with a high stochastic RSI. So that tells us nothing. Short term, maybe a slight reset required. Medium term on the 4-hourly, possibly a bit of a pump. And then on the daily, it looks like we need to come down again as well. So very mixed messages on Matic. But Matic for me is a long-term buy and hold anyway, so I'm not too worried about that one. Got a few $100 in Doge, really hoping it pumps. I'm sure Doge will pump again at some point. At some point, Elon will get that machine working again. He'll put a tweet out that calls it to pump, 20, 30, 40%. Just make sure with Doge, if you're in it long-term, fine. But Doge is probably one of those ones I would hold short term, just wait for a pump, sell it, take profit, buy back in again when it dips, because it will happen. We know it will happen. A lot of people that bet Bitcoin sold at $8 probably look at the use case Ripple has using XRP. Oh, I see what you mean, yeah. The tokenomics of Bitcoin are, of course, very different. But yeah, a lot of people would have sold Bitcoin early thinking it was the top. You never really know. That's why you should always have a moon bag. Do I think governments start printing after Q1? I don't know. I mean, it's difficult to tell what the governments are going to do. I think quantitative easing needs to happen at some point. But we did a lot of quantitative easing through the COVID crisis, and we started to recover, but only because the money machine was already printed. I think they need to wait for a genuine recovery, so I think we're in for 12 months maybe of further tightening, possibly. So maybe the interest rate hikes aren't as high, but I think they'll continue, certainly in the US. The UK have been a bit slower on their interest rate hikes. We might suffer a bit more pain here. But I don't think they're going to turn the money printers on yet. I don't see a reason for that at the moment. That was part of the problem for me. Will Ripple burn XRP tokens to raise the price point for bigger transactions? To be honest, I don't know what they're... Would Ripple burn tokens to improve the price point for bigger transactions? Possibly. They've got a lot in reserve still, so if they don't release that circulating supply, it might have the same effect. But I suppose ultimately people want to see that overall maximum supply reduced. So it's possible they could go that way. Thank you for the support, Crypto Tony, for smashing those likes. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you very much. Positive Energy, thank you for the gift. It's much appreciated. Just so that if everyone's aware, if you do decide to gift or sub this month, that is going to a children's charity for Christmas. So I don't ask that you gift or sub, but if you decide to, that is going to go to a good cause. That's being arranged by Crypto Jamie and Fitzo, and I'm just going to hop on board their chosen charities. Until CPI and employment data comes down and the Fed start tapering hikes, we're not going up. I think that's a general agreement there for me, Alex. I think that's very wise. Thank you for the gifts, people. Your kindness is appreciated. Chainlink. Let's have a look at Link, actually. That's a good one. I haven't bought much of at all, and I don't hold much at the moment. So, Chainlink on the daily, we are above the EMA in the Bollinger Band channel. Stochastic RSI is just heading down, hence why we're seeing some slight day-on-day decreases in price. We will probably, I expect, come down to test around about the $6.10 area again. If we come down... thank you for the heart. Bless you. Thank you very much, whoever that was. I'll get to the message in a minute. If we break 6.10, 6.19, we'll probably come down to about 5.80, 5.75. Thank you. That's very, very kind, people. I appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. Very generous. As I said, that's going to a good children's charity as well. So I really do appreciate that, and I'll keep you all informed on how that does. Off out for a few drinks before football. We'll catch you later. Thank you, Tom. I thought that might be the case. That's why I'm hopping on this afternoon, just to try and catch a few people. But I appreciate you being here, buddy. Okay, back to Link. So that's on the daily chart. On daily, I'm expecting a bit of a pullback. Going into the 4-hourly chart. 4-hourly chart, the stochastic RSI is heading up from the bottom. So shorter term, we could actually have a little pump on Link. It's very mixed messages, this market at the moment. Probably, this is one of the reasons why I don't trade on the weekend. It all goes a bit flat and a bit unpredictable. I mean, I'm a long-term investor anyway, so I'm not amazing at TA. But at the moment we're above the average on the EMA on the hourly. Stochastic RSI is starting to come down. So overall, I think medium to long term, Chainlink's probably going to come down for a bit of a retest lower. But who knows in real terms? Who knows? Thank you for the gifts, Positive Energy and Crypto Tony. I really appreciate that. And thank you, Crypto Brad, as well. Appreciate the bear, bro. Thank you very much. Lisa, welcome to the live. Good to see you. Got to show love. Thank you, Crypto Brad. I appreciate that. You've even put a treasure box in there for everyone. Thank you very much. That's very kind. So yeah, hopefully, as I said, we'll get that across to children's charity, and Jamie can do some lovely things for Christmas for them. Loving the elves, Brad. Loving the elves. Thank you. Very, very kind. Thank you. Right. Okay. So where are we going to go next? Let's have a look at some of my other favourites. Let's have a look on. Let's have a look at coin market cap. Any projects that caught my eye? I was looking through some low caps the other day. Actually, I did what I normally do. I filtered something and turned it on its head, and I found some interesting little bits and pieces. So all I ever do on this, I go on the whole list and I put a filter on it. And then I add a filter and I'll just say market caps, I don't know, below 5 million. It's a good start. Apply that, and then I want everything that's been audited, because I want decent projects with a bit of respect to their name. And literally all I do is I scan down through these charts to see who's been performing well over 90, 30 and 24 hours. If they're all green, then that catches my eye. And then I can dive into it a bit further. So something like Block Wallet I was looking at before. I got into it a little bit late. The price is coming down now. I missed this pump here, 262%. I missed that. but it did catch my attention. It does look semi-decent long-term, so I would suggest you do your research on that one and let me know what you think. Trias token I'm ignoring. That is a well-known VC pump and dump token. Strips Finance is one I'm currently researching. That looks very interesting. In fact, I will show you a little bit about that because it did look really, really interesting. Market cap is 2.6 million, fully diluted is 63, so the tokenomics are awful. 4% in circulating supply. But it's helped by the nature of the project. The project is actually something where you would expect a lot of tokens to be locked up. So, the all-time chart starts in October 21, bull run, and then typical come all the way down and then flat line. But you can see here, Strips Finance is a platform that allows users to trade interest and rate derivatives. The exchange allows for trading of interest rate swaps derivatives, allowing users to swap variable interest rates for fixed interest rates in any yield farm or funding rate. Offers leverage, 24/7 liquidity, and the best yield farms to trade. Aims to be the foundation infrastructure layer for future decentralized finance fixed rate products. So lots and lots of information there, but basically they're going to be a very big AMA DeFi. That's their goal. So they're looking pretty cool. Now I like that kind of project. It's audited by Certic, who are one of the best. Let's have a look at the Twitter, see how Twitter's doing. If you're on TikTok, by the way, people, the screen is on YouTube. So if I'm talking to my computer, looking down a little bit, I do apologise. It's because I'm screen sharing on there, and as I go through this information, I'm screen sharing. So there we go. There's Strips Finance. They're now called RabbitX. So there's been a change of name. Negative yield debt. That's what they're going for. 20,000 followers. I better drop a follow as well. They're pretty active. November 25th, December 1st, November 24th. So they are tweeting at least once or twice a week, sometimes more. So that's good to see. They are active. Have a look at the website. So as I said, this is definitely one that I would probably research a lot more. I think they're looking quite interesting. And it is very, very low cap, but the circulating supply is an issue. So unless they've got a large TVO locked up, it'd be difficult to call what to do on that one. So you've got links to all their Discords and their Telegrams and everything on the website. It does look like a decent setup. So obviously I'm not going to go into it at the moment, but that's definitely what there's probably what I'm going to do a deep dive on. Positive Energy 100, absolutely. Am I still holding UFO? UFO token is not one I've ever held. I do think it looks like a promising project, but I generally don't hold metaverse projects, and I wouldn't get into a new one right now. A UFO is not new, but it would be new to me. I do like Gala, and I like UFO. Gala, I think, is overinflated with poor tokenomics. UFO is a bit younger, lower cap. Still a very good platform, and I think it's got potential. And I like the word potential because potential means it's probably undervalued if it does well. So at the moment, their market cap's 35 million. They're fully diluted in terms of circulating supply. So their 25.75 billion tokens are all in circulating supply. They've been around on the CMC chart since July 21. They had a good bull run, and let's have a look. Where are we now? 501377, and it was at 4050. So there is big potential for an upside there on UFO. So it's definitely one I'm considering, but I don't currently hold it. No live during tonight's football, please. No, Mark, there won't be. I promise. I'm going to be watching the football through my eye, through my hands like this. Oh no. Yeah, knockouts, mate. We're English. We don't like knockouts. We don't do them. We don't cope. I'm holding 40% XRP, 20% Cardano, 18% QNT, 12% Matic, 8% Link, 2% Atom. Brad, that's a fantastic back, buddy. You're very, very good with your research and your utility. I think that's an absolutely brilliant bag. I need to get some Atom and I need to get some more Link. I'm slightly light on XRP now. I think Polkadot is still my biggest holding. Then I've got Moonbeam, Moonriver, ICP, Quant, XRP is down there somewhere as well, but it's making its way down the list. But yeah, they're all solid, mate. I mean, I think you've got good quality utility there through the bear market. So if you're still holding that, I would strongly expect all of that to come out quite strongly through the other side. I don't hold any Cardano. I am definitely interested in Cardano though, because I do see it doing quite well. They've got the stablecoin coming out. They've got a privacy network coming out. Was it called Dust? I quite like the sound of that. It sounds like at last they're developing again. And therefore I see potential growth. Development equals growth, which hopefully equals success. Where is XLM? XLM is not on that list. It's in my very small holdings list. I don't hold a lot of XLM. Not in the top of my holdings. What do I make of Crow? I love Crypto.com. I love the utility. I love the Kronos network. It has suffered horrendously with FUD and concerns over liquidity. I've got to confess, I pulled out my Crow as soon as there were whispers. I knew that the market would dive the price down. I didn't have to hold it, so I didn't. I might buy back in, but there's no rush. The bear market's going to be here a long time. We could see cheaper still. But I do like Crow. I think the utility and the marketing have all been great. As always with these exchanges, the whole worry about it all at the moment is liquidity. Just accumulating at the moment. I need more Quant and Link. Ideally, want to hold 5 to 10 Quant before the next bull. Yeah, I mean, I think for me, my DCA at the moment, I've been really focused on Moonbeam and Moonriver. I'm gonna get some more ICP and a little bit more Polkadot. I think they're doing amazing things with their ecosystem now. I think the parachains are really paying off. I think they're going to add real quality to the ecosystem. So I think I'm going to focus on that. But I do want more Link. And I actually want some Cardano as well. And of course, more Quant. So even in the bear market, I'm looking at more than half a dozen projects that I want to DCA into. So it's going to take a while. But like I said, I think we're going to be here for at least 12 months. So we've got time. Give Crow time. They had 100 million on FTX, hence the drop. There we go. There's a man who knows. He's done his research. Cardano's stablecoin is going to make it go mad. I think so, yeah. It's good to see crypto stablecoin backed by fiat USD. It's going to have to be very transparent, one-to-one. So it's going to be a very reliable stablecoin in the crypto space. I've seen similar ones. There was a project that tried to release last year. They were going to do a euro-backed stablecoin, and it never really launched, never really got off the ground. From the minute it launched, it depegged. It had some horrendous things going on. So it would be good to get a good stablecoin out. Will you lose all your money that's on BlockFi? Unfortunately, I don't know. But ultimately, they got into, is it Chapter 11 bankruptcy in the US, which generally puts the retail holders at the bottom of the pile. They'll get their money last. I honestly think we're going to see some mad stuff happening January, February, especially tomorrow, though. Yeah, possibly we'll see a lot of volatility over the next 12 months during the bear market cycle. I think that's entirely likely. Will we pump significantly upwards? I don't think so. Macroeconomics wouldn't suggest it, but that's possibly exactly why it might pump. We've seen some big institutional buys when the market's gone quiet, and we might just see some more of that. Radfi on December the 8th. Yeah, Radfi, is that a project on Radix? That sounds like it could be quality. Crow's a good price now, between 4 cents and 7 cents. Yeah, it's not bad. I still think the bear market could give us cheaper prices, but I've been wrong on where the bottom is before. I still think 12k at some point is likely. Crow will see $1 to $2 next run if it stays solid. I completely agree. $1 should not be an issue next time round if Crow survives the bear market. England are losing 1-0. I hope not. Not playing now, are we? Playing at 7 o'clock tonight, aren't we? Am I buying XRP? I hold XRP, but I am not currently DCAing into XRP at the moment. So that is not something I'm currently investing in. I'm only holding it. And to be fair, if the price pumps a little bit more, I'll probably sell some and take some profit and wait for the dip. If you believe other people's research, it's possible, based upon trend, that XRP could see 30 cents by Christmas. straightforward win. Oh, that's big words there, Mark. 4 or 5 goals. That'll be lovely. Football coming home with XRP 10k. This is it. The football banter's started. We're off. Oh, Mark reminds me actually, because I know you're a big XRP fan. I've got a lot more XRP merch in the store now. I loaded it up. So we've got lots more hoodies, some jogging bottoms, all sorts of bits and pieces in there, and some of the different XRP and Ripple logos as well. Check it out, mate. Some of it's really smart. Oh, Radfi's an event. Okay, let's check out Radfi. So I'm on YouTube. I don't think anyone's even there watching, but I'm on it. So Radfi crypto event. Yeah, the license plate holder was a good one. I didn't even think, you were absolutely spot on. I didn't even think whether it was US size, Chinese size, or UK size, and they only offer the one option. So what can you do? It's got to be legal, otherwise there's no point having it. So, right, okay. So Radfi Web3 is broken. There's a way to fix it. On December the 8th, 2022, live stream. Okie dokie. I'm signing up to that one. Boom, let me know. Web3 isn't dead, it's just getting started. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, that should be a good one. I'm definitely going to tune in for that one as well, buddy. I just think these Hinman docs will change everything. I'm really banked on it. Yeah, the SEC fought so hard for these Hinman docs not to come out. These emails seem to be the crux of a lot of our arguments. I know we were hoping on the fair notice defence, but the library case kind of put a dampener on our fair notice. But we've still got these documents from, these Hinman documents, and specifically the emails concerning ETH. So, and they do seem to be publicly doing a U-turn on ETH, saying that it's, obviously now it's a security. So it's interesting to watch these things unfold. If crypto drops to 90%, are we at the bottom? A 90% drop would be brutal, but yeah, it's possible. Thank you for smashing the likes, Brad. I appreciate that, bro. Nobody has broken down the SEC papers, only Ripple's on Friday, strangely. XRP, I don't think the value is currently enough for what it's designed for. Yeah, and this is it. I think the value of XRP is all about the throughput of RippleNet. Whatever value it needs to transact, it needs to be of that worth. So we already know that it's going to be doing banks and international kind of country settlements and payments. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And that will be trillions of dollars. Trillions. So that will require XRP to have a value, because if everyone transacts a large sum at the same time, then you need to have that value. But the fact that the one downfall about this that I don't think people factor in is possibly that the speed of which XRP settles. You might transact $100 trillion in a day, but how much of that is actually going to be at the same time? Because XRP's only got a transaction speed of like 3 to 5 seconds finality. It's really quick. So the value won't need to be crazy high. It will need to be higher, though. I do agree. Thank you for the gifts, buddy. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I want to buy more QNT. Are we at the bottom? I do not believe so. I do not believe we're at the bottom of crypto at the moment. QNT also had a little run up here. So we were trading in this plateau here on the hourly 121. We went up to 132, 133, and we're back down to 127. So the volatility is still there. I think longer term, if we have a look in this channel, we are due a reset. Stochastic RSI on the daily is very, very high. We're trading up around 127. The EMA is around about 117, 116. I would expect a reset to previous lows of around about 105 and then see what happens. If we can bounce at 105, that's pretty bullish. But I'm expecting a reset on the longer time frames. So I think if it comes down to 105 or 100, I'll probably increase my DCA percentage to quant. It would still be reducing my overall dollar cost average figure, but I think 125, 127 at the moment is probably too high for me. I would hold fire. Personally, not financial advice. Thoughts on XLM? Stellar XLM is a great network, doing really, really well. I always call it XRP's cousin or little brother. It's got the MoneyGram business, for example. We know it's in discussions, just like Ripple are, with countries and CBDCs and businesses and institutions. It's a fantastic network. ISO certified, which I've always erred on caution for people. Being ISO certified doesn't actually mean a lot. We've got to remember ISO 20022 is a financial messaging system standard. It's nothing to do with crypto, really. These projects are just known to help these financial institutions get to that standard of practice, that standard of operation. So it doesn't mean any increase of use in terms of transaction settlement. It just means that they will be helping with the data flow and other things as well. So ISO is bullish for a lot of crypto, but we don't know what's going to be used where or what volumes is going to actually be adopted for actual financial use case. No short term, yes long term. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the TikToks raging again. Appreciate that support, buddy. Thank you. Timing the market beats timing the market, I believe, is fact. Crypto Barrel, I agree. I couldn't agree more. I think by dollar cost averaging and just being here in the bear market gives us the best chance. I like dollar cost averaging. It suits my circumstances and my investment strategy. I'm not a big capital investor. I am a DCAer. And so yeah, for me, dollar cost averaging, being here in the bear market, especially when things are really hard work, this is what pays off. We do our research now on new projects. We keep an eye on the projects that have had good utility and good results before. We invest in utility, and hopefully that all comes good in the next bull run. Thank you for the follow, Simo. I appreciate that, buddy. Really hard to pick exact time. So DCA, absolutely. DCAing just kind of wipes out that kind of. DCAing only really works if you're a long-term investor. If you're a day trader, of course, you don't do that anyway. But it doesn't really work from short to medium term. It has to be long-term. So that's why a lot of people think DCA doesn't work. It's because they look shorter time frames. If you're looking to hold it, 6, 12, 18 months or longer, DCAing is ideal. Is that a shop hoodie? No, not yet. No, this is just a personal one. I can't wait to get the shop merch in though, because I'm going to wear it. I'm going to show it off a bit. I think it looks pucker. I'm actually still waiting for the first samples to come through. Unfortunately, it is coming from abroad, so I've had to wait just like everyone else. Morning, Papa Joe. How are we doing, buddy? Good to see you. Papa Crow from Phoenix, Arizona. Welcome, brother. Appreciate you being here. Wish I had time in the market in Bitcoin 10 years ago. Don't we all? I literally discovered crypto early last year. And it's crazy. The gains that people made just from being in a year before. Crazy. Even just 2017 would have been amazing. Do I still like Crow? Absolutely. I think Crow as a project, as an exchange, and Crow's network is absolutely fantastic. I really, really do like it. Jason View, hi, how you doing on YouTube there, buddy? I see you. Thank you for joining me over on YouTube. I appreciate that support over there, buddy. If anyone else wants to see my screen, it is live. It's on YouTube. The link is in my bio. But yeah, in terms of Crow, I still really, really like Crow. I think, absolutely, as someone mentioned earlier, I think if it survives the bear market after all the FUD, then that exchange could easily do $1 again. I think it's brilliant. The only concern on Crow is over liquidity. So the liquidity is just the reserves of the exchange, and if we address that issue and everyone's appeased, fundamentally the exchange is as good as ever. So I really like it. The staking and spending rewards are being slashed. That was just prudent. That would be a game changer, modelling the hoodies. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Yeah, I'll get the old dad bod working. We'll see who buys and we'll see who's sick. I need to get Dark Horse on that website as well, actually, because I've got some really nice XRP XRP Ripple tank tops, tank shirts, sleeveless ones. So I'm sure he'll love those. I've seen him on lives a few times with those on. You're welcome, Papa Joe. Not a problem at all, buddy. I appreciate you being here. Happy just to talk about crypto with you all. So I've had a look at some greens today. Let's have a look at some reds. So one of my favourites, actually, Polkadex, is down 4.5%. It did see a slight rise, and it has come up from $1.20 not that long ago. So I'm still fairly happy with that. If you have a look at Polkadex, at one point it ran up nicely for us. No, that's still not Polkadex. Where are we going? Give me Polkadot spec. There we go. There it is. Zoom in. So here we go. So you can see here it launched PDEX, Polkadex just went crazy. It was launched in the bull run and the price was crazy. Now on the daily time frame, zoom in again. Why don't I just do that? I never remember to do that. So you can see here we've had some insane runs on PDEX. This I actually expect to top out around about 182, 183, but it is pulling back a little bit earlier. So a lower high would suggest possibly we're going to come right back down again, test that 135, 136 level. So PDEX is on the way down. Electronia was down another 1.5% today. It's not doing that well, which is odd because I think it's one of the most undervalued ISO tokens there is. Not happy that most of the Crow liquidity is in Shiba. Actually, I'm really happy you mentioned that because I looked at the exchange yesterday. So obviously, if no one's aware, if you go onto coinmarketcap.com, they now publish these reserves from the exchanges. So if you go on CMC and you just go onto the exchanges tab, you can see actually now if you log on to... So if you log on to... Where is it? Where's Crow gone? Why is that not refreshed properly? Yesterday you could see that Shiba was about 14% of their reserves. So they are shifting it around. They've got a lot more stablecoin. They've got a lot more other reserves. There we go. There it is. It's come back now. It's just a refresh issue. So apologies for the mic, buddy. I do apologise. I think the mic is... I think the mic should be coming through on this one. Let's have a look here. So, right, the split is now USDC 29%, BTC 22%, ETH 18%. So we're already there up towards 60% in very, very good tokens. SHIB is now down to 14.25%, USDT is 2% and others 13%. So the tokenomics of those reserves have improved significantly. However, we've got to remember, these are customer reserves. So this is what we actually hold, and they have to back one-to-one. So it's interesting the fact that we are shifting away from SHIB towards stablecoins, Bitcoin, and ETH. That's the fundamental thing that shows us at the moment. Their own kind of investments. A lot of exchanges are actually telling us now, we don't want your crypto on our exchange. They make their money from fees, from all the trading fees, all the futures trading, all that kind of stuff. That's where they make their money. They don't want to hold our funds one-to-one. So I think when you hear an exchange saying that, that's really bullish. But Crow have improved that reserves. So that's generally us improving things. So hopefully that continues. And I think that's just an example of us being older and wiser in the market now. If you sell swimwear, don't model it. Funnily enough, there is swimwear available. I just haven't put it on the website. It's odd. I mean, it's a really good website actually because I can put my logo on something and it recommends other things and it puts the logo on there for me. And what it does with some of the logos on the women's wear is quite funny. I've seen some odd placement, some really odd placement. But I could get the mankini out, or I could do some speedos. I could get those modelled, no problem. Have I changed my name again? Yes. So I mistakenly changed my name to Ministry of Crypto. Ministry of Crypto is actually the name of a collective. It's me, Sussex Trader, and Slink, who runs the Slink app that you see in my bio. There was the three of us. We were going to do a podcast collectively, and it kind of fell by the wayside. So I was like, well, why don't we use it to collectively do something together? it was going to be all sorts of stuff with some merch. And unfortunately, whilst I was creating the merch store and linking it to my TikTok, I put it live and I couldn't change it. So I've let the store run because it's up and running, so I might as well. But ultimately, I'm still Crypto Aaron. I was never supposed to be Ministry of Crypto myself, although I think it's a brilliant name and it was my idea. I just didn't do the logo and the design. That was a collective effort. But yeah, I mean, I really like the name, actually, to be fair. And if it doesn't come to anything, if we don't end up working on anything together, I'm going to take it. I'm gonna claim it as my own. Do I trust Tether as a stablecoin? Interesting story with Tether, and I'll tell you what I'm researching in the background. Tether is owned by a company called iFinex. iFinex also own the exchange Bitfinex, which is one of the oldest exchanges. It also owns Unis Leo. Now, Unis Leo is 36% of the reserves of Bitfinex. So Bitfinex, iFinex, USDT, Leo, all linked. And it's it's not strictly speaking an FTT FTX situation, because Leo isn't actually the coin for Bitfinex, but it's still really concerning. So if you're still share screening on YouTube, I'll share this as well. So Bitfinex turns over $75 million in the last 24 hours. It's not one of the biggest, but it holds $7.3 billion in assets. 45% is Bitcoin, so it's actually not bad. But this is the concerning bit for me. 33% of their reserves at the moment is Leo. Now, Leo was basically a creation to pay back the people who got hacked in the Mt. Gox hack. And they basically burn 27% of their monthly revenue in the form of Leo tokens. So it's always going to be decreasing supply. So it's gone from $1 to $4 in like 3 or 4 years. And it is performing very well. But ultimately, Leo is an asset of iFinex, and it's paying back a debt from Bitfinex. And it's 33% of the assets on Bitfinex. I do not like that setup. And USDT only makes up 1.4% of their reserves, but iFinex own USDT. So it still concerns me greatly. But I mean, USDT has got its issues, though, for sure. But that's another angle on USDT that people aren't really aware of. Hey Sam, how are you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Crypto Noob is better. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. Your feedback, as always, is appreciated. Nashi, how are you doing, buddy? I'm surprised you're here. I would have thought you'd been on a boat somewhere watching the football. How are you doing, buddy? Hope you're very, very well. Still bullish on DOT. Absolutely. 100% bullish on DOT. I love my Polkadot. I love the way the Polkadot ecosystem is going. I am loving Polkadot. I think the more I see that ecosystem grow, the happier I am. I absolutely love my Polkadot. Still my top holding. Moonbeam nearly called it up the other day. Moonbeam went up nearly 20%. I was like, well, that's nice. But, you know, it was nice to see it run, but, you know, it's coming back down. But, yeah, great gains on Moonbeam. It seems to be Moonbeam and Moonriver take it in turns as well. So, but DOT I really, really like. Long term, I think the tech is amazing. I really like the parachains. Lisa, thinking of you and your speedos again. Absolutely. Mention the speedos, mate. She turns up every time. Every time. Just mention the speedos, and she's like, speedos? Yes, please. I jest. Nothing worse than seeing me in speedos. I don't own any. You're all right. Okay, so let's have a look. So Polkadot at the moment on the daily chart, we're just over the EMA, and the stochastic RSI does appear to have topped out. So I would expect a little bit of a pullback further on DOT. Yeah, it did level out around about $5.10, so I don't think it would be a massive pullback. Maybe down to $5.10, $5 again. That's really the bottom of that channel, and then we'll hopefully see it pump up. But we are seeing a slight pinch on the Bollinger Band, which means that as the value at the moment is above the EMA, I'll expect a pullback. What are my thoughts on Crypto.com, CryptoCoin, and VVS? My staking is looking sick. Do you know what, Nashi? I know you've got a lot in there. You own a lot of Crow and VVS. Staking-wise, I'm sure you're doing really well in terms of volume, but price is obviously still horrendous for VVS. I still like both long-term. It's the FUD around liquidity that's the issue. He leaves every single door open, every single one. Apologies. So yeah, I still really like it long term. I'm personally not holding any of my Crow right now. It's gone. The FUD damaged it, and I got out as soon as there was FUD. After seeing what happened with other things with regards to FUD, I got out until things settle down. But I'm hoping it's just FUD and it will recover. Crypto top C. Yeah, let's not do a top C. I don't want to get drawn into that. I mean, that guy is just unreal. I'm DCA on Ledger, Bitcoin, ETH, Quant, Algo, Link, solid bag there, raging again. I really like that bag. I think you're going 100% into utility, and I think that's absolutely brilliant. Oh, I just moved myself. Why am I doing that? Stop. I seem to have lost the ability to scroll. Right. There's something weird going on with this chat now. Hang on, folks. Be with you in just a mo. It's a problem with this. Every now and again, TikTok just freezes. So yeah, so Dot very bullish on Crow. Still really like long term. It's got to survive the FUD. Got to survive the bear market. Crow. It has to. If it doesn't, then I'm going to be really disappointed. Let's have a look. Let's make sure my volume's off. Yes, it is. Right, okay, I've completely lost control of my screen, which is really weird. Right, okay, I've completely lost control of my screen, which is really weird. Okay, TikTok's giving me issues now. This is not good. Here we go. Okay, I've got it back on the computer now. Excellent stuff. Thank you for keeping with me, people. I appreciate your patience. Actually, there's more of you in there. I should just shut up more often. Thank you for keeping with me, people. You'll get a warning from all the speed chunks. France scored. Very good. We're going to go against France. Lovely jubbly. Do I think Crypto.com is safe, though? I think... The problem is it's an exchange. I am not currently holding any exchange tokens at all. I mean none. So I think it's a risky place to be right now. I think it's a risky place to be right now. Bit of FUD about KuCoin. What's my view on the exchange? I really like KuCoin as an exchange. I think KuCoin is a fantastic exchange in itself. Do I like the tokenomics of it? No. If you have a look at the reserves again on KuCoin, there's some questionable holdings there. I don't like exchanges that hold their own tokens. I think it's wrong. And KuCoin was one of those last time I checked. So let's have a look. So $259 million in trading volume in 24 hours, $2.4 billion in assets, significantly less, funnily enough, than Bitfinex, which had significantly less volume. But that's what we're holding on KuCoin. These are customer reserves, remember, 1-to-1. So they hold USDT 32%. I don't really like USDT. KCS tokens are 17%. Again, their own token. I don't like that. Bitcoin's 10%. That's respectable. ETH 8%. That's respectable. 5% USDC. 25% others. What makes up that 25%? I'd love to know. But again, the fact that most people on KuCoin are holding USDT and then it's KuCoin token. The interesting thing about their token is that primarily the use case the only use case it's got is a fee reduction method, so mechanism. So not great. But yeah, I'm avoiding all exchanges. I've got a little bit of cash on Crypto.com at the moment, purely just to do some little trading, but it's not a lot. Thoughts on Lossless? I really like Lossless. I think Lossless is a very, very sound project. Lots of utility, great security token.
Great security token.
Thank you for the likes, Papa Joe. I appreciate that. ETO4, thank you for the follow. Crypto Top C. Do you review pre-sale tokens? If yes. IMPT, I have reviewed. I reviewed online with Dark Horse, and a couple of US creators as well. Now, basically, IMPT is first and foremost, it's a shopping platform. That's all it is. It doesn't do anything. It's a shopping platform. The utility token is not required. The NFT is not required. Their whole purpose is saying that they're green and they're going to give you carbon offsets. But the carbon offset is a reward for you shopping on their platform. 2% of your spend goes on carbon credits. You don't need the token, you don't need the NFT. You could just donate that as carbon offset credits. The token and the NFT mechanism is a complete cash grab. So IMPT is absolute trash. I love the fact that they're doing a shopping project that has carbon offset credits. I think that's brilliant. But there is no need for that token. You could basically go from spend your money and claim your reward. That reward could just be claimed as carbon offset credit value. There's no need for IMPT token. There's no need for an NFT. You get the token as your reward. You then have to buy the NFT with your token. You have to then burn the NFT to create the carbon offset credit, and you get like a memento NFT to say, hey, look at me, I've got a carbon offset credit, aren't I good? You could just do all of that. Just spend your money on their platform and buy it. And the prices will be inflated, as all these shopping platforms are, to take into account the rewards as well. So you'll probably be paying 3 or 4% over the odds for the product. You'll be getting tokens that you don't need, which you then burn for an NFT, and you then burn the NFT for a carbon offset credit. There's no need for that to be a crypto project at all, unless they wanted to utilize the blockchain to trace and follow the carbon offset credits. The token is not necessary at all. So yes, I have reviewed IMPT and I am clearly not a fan. Did you use a lot in the bear market, as I know you liked your micro caps? In terms of micro caps, I lost very little. I actually did quite well at the micro caps. I sold them very early on and I kept my long-term hold. So actually I'm down about 60-65%, and that damage is basically due to Quant, Polkadot, XRP, a little bit due to Moonbeam, because I started buying it towards the end of the bull run. But no, I've done pretty well. But I had a lot of money in Polkadot that I was paying a lot for. I'm quite heavily down in Polkadot, but I believe in that long term, so I'm not too bothered. I'll just carry on reducing my DCA figure. But yeah, I'm about 60-65% down like everyone else. But that damage was not caused by micro caps. They've actually been quite kind. So things like 8Pay, I just chucked a few quid in and left it there. It went up 800, 900%. I sold it at about 300% and I bought back in again. So yeah, things like that I do like. I do like my low caps, but I've not been silly with it. I did buy them when the market just started plummeting. I wasn't going to hold on to those for a complete loss. There's no point. I didn't have enough money in from. If they were going upwards, selling them would have been a mistake. It would have been possibly 100,000 X's on some of them, and that's life-changing money. But whilst I'm just losing a couple of $100 for holding on to it, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to cash it out and put it somewhere else. Have you reviewed PAX World Token PAX W? And what do I think of Uniglow? Uniglow isn't one I've heard of. Pax I've heard of, but I've never reviewed it. Let's have a look at Pax. If you're on YouTube, you'll be able to see my screen on Pax as I look through it.
If you're on YouTube, you'll be able to see my screen.
Pax isn't one I'm familiar with.
Pax isn't one I'm familiar with.
Just calling up the details on Pax World now.
Just calling up the details on Pax World.
Thank you for continuing to hit the likes and the follows, people. I do appreciate your support. Thank you very, very much for being here. As I said, there's a link to YouTube. It's in my bio. Just go follow the Slink app. And there you'll be able to see my screen as I go through it. So Pax W is on the Polygonmatic network. That's a nice network. 3.1 cents. Market cap not listed, which is odd. Fully diluted is 31 million. Maximum supply 1 billion.
Fully diluted is 31 million.
Very, very volatile on the daily, but it's a very short price range.
Very, very volatile on the daily, but it's a very short price range.
So I'll go to the all-time chart on CMC. That starts from November 2022, so that is a very new token.
CMC, that starts from November.
A little bit of a dip on launch, but it's actually held up quite well by the look of it. That's not a bad chart at all.
Held up quite well by the look of it.
A nice rise a couple of weeks ago, and it's maintaining that quite nicely. So it rose from 2.8 cents up to 3.1 cents, and it's holding over the last week. So that's quite good to see. Utility-wise, let's check that out.
That's quite good to see. Utility-wise, let's check that out.
Web3 open metaverse platform that provides advanced audio, video, and chat features along with realistic avatars and advanced technical specs. That definitely needs someone to research it deeply, so I can't go too much into the utility. It sounds like a decent use case if you like that kind of thing. Where the value would come from in that, I don't know. But they've got a volume of 277k in 24 hours, which isn't bad. I just don't know what the full market cap is on CMC. It doesn't tell me, unfortunately. Thank you for the likes, ETO4. I appreciate that support. Uniglow, let's have a look. That's not one I've ever looked at either.
Uniglow, let's have a look. That's not one I've ever looked at either.
Uniglow.
Uniglow.
Is that a pre-sale token, or do I just need to go somewhere else for it? Let's have a look. I'll go on CoinGecko.
Do I just need to go somewhere else for it? Let's have a look. I'll go on CoinGecko.
MNW.
MNW.
Why do I feel like I should know what MNW is?
Why do I feel like I should know what MNW is?
Oh, I can't find anything out on Uniglow at all. That's not one I've ever heard of.
Oh, I can't find anything.
Morpheus Network. That's why I've heard it before. Right, okay.
Morpheus Network. That's why I've heard it before.
Let me go back to Crypto.com, so I'll just find the navigation a bit better over there.
Let me go back to Crypto.com, so I'll just find the navigation a bit better over there.
Did I just see a project called Moonwilly? That's crazy. There's some great names out there. So Morpheus Network is $1.37, market cap 64 million, almost fully diluted, is 99% in circulating supply, which is excellent. All-time chart on CMC starts May 18. Very, very nice bull run in 2021, very strong bull run chart. And actually, in the last 3 months, appears to have performed pretty well as well, going from 55 cents to $2 and retracing. So Morpheus Network must be doing something right. Optimizes supply chains, software as a service, middleware platform. So it sounds like it might be a new rival for VeChain, that kind of direction. Without doing a deep dive, I don't know. But if it is, that market cap is very, very encouraging. So I need to do a bit of a dive on that one. That looks like it might be a pretty good shout, to be fair, Alistair. I think you've done well with that one. Luke, welcome. Good to have you in here. Thank you for joining us, buddy.
Luke, welcome.
Couple more minutes and I'm going to start winding down, folks. So if you've got anything else you want me to have a quick look at, please do shout out.
Start winding down, folks. So if you've got anything else you want me to have a quick look at, please do shout out.
Do I think Moonbeam and Moonriver have a good use case? I think their use case is
Do I think
absolutely
Moon River
fantastic.
have a good use case?
If you
I
think that
their use
Ethereum
case
is still the best blockchain technology we've got,
if you think that
or
Ethereum
maybe not the
is
best,
still
but the most
best
widely
blockchain
used,
technology we've got,
that the most developers work in
maybe not the best,
Ethereum
but most
use Solidity
widely used,
contracts,
the most
and all the
developers
tools
work
and
in
dApps that
Ethereum
come with that,
use
and
Solidity
wallets,
contracts,
and oracles.
and all the tools
They
and dApps
they
that
stay
come
with
with that,
Ethereum because it's what they know and it's what they can build on. This literally, Moonbeam and Moon River literally allowed them to pick up all their Ethereum kit and just move to Polkadot and Kusama. That's literally what it does. So it gives them the benefit of being on the Polkadot and Kusama networks, but doing what they do anyway. So they don't have to change anything, but they get better resources to use for their projects. So, for example, if you wanted an oracle that was on Polkadex, you could build on Moonbeam and you'd have access to it. But you'd still be building an Ethereum project. You'd still be using an EVM machine and Solidity. It's just on the Polkadot network. Absolutely, I think that's a brilliant use case. So rather than trying to beat Ethereum in every way, just make it a bit better. And that's exactly what they've done. So, yeah, I do think Moonbeam and Moon River have a fantastic use case. Yes, the tokens are slightly inflationary, but whilst I'm here early on, I think that inflation will be wiped out by growth in the first few years. It'll have a negligible effect on the price. Everyone's still staking at the moment, everyone's just holding on. They're relatively new, they haven't seen a bull run before, so they'll be, when people come back to crypto that have left the space for whatever reason, it'll be relatively new to them. And I think they'll be doing very, very, very well. Moon River's already getting a lot of traffic in terms of daily transactions. It's in the top 10 for transaction level, so yeah, very, very, very bullish on those. And as I said, they're very... Moonbeam is already one of my top holdings. It's number 3 in my holdings, and Moon River's almost number 4. I've been buying very, very heavily.
Moon River's almost number 4. I've been buying very, very heavily.
But yeah, in terms of use case, they are brilliant. I mean, if you don't understand the Polkadot network or the Kusama network, which is the Canary network, please do research those first. That's the fundamentals, because you need to understand Polkadot and what it offers, because you're basically picking up Ethereum and putting it on Polkadot and putting it on Kusama. That's how good it is, and it's literally seamless. So, and like I said, one of the main benefits is the Oracle services, the tools, the wallets. It's identical. Developers don't need to do anything different, but they get better equipment, better programs, better dApps to use. dApps was the word I was looking for.
Better programs, better dApps to use.
Right then, folks, I am going to call it a day there, so I appreciate your time, I appreciate your feedback and your questions, your comments. If you don't follow me already, please do make sure you hit that follow button. As I said, I am live on YouTube at the moment. Sometimes I stream my screen on TikTok, sometimes on YouTube. So if you follow me there, you'll get the best of both worlds anyway. I think the setup on YouTube's changed slightly, so I need to tweak the mic by the sounds of it, and possibly need to put the webcam back up rather than the laptop cam. But I hope to see you all here or there again very, very soon. If you're watching the soccer or football today, please do enjoy it. I know I will be this evening, so I shall speak to you all tomorrow.
I know I will be this evening, so I shall speak to you all tomorrow.